Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the best OBS recording settings in 2021 for 1080p HD. So first up guys, once you have OBS open you want to head on over to the settings tab. And from here you can just leave general all the same, the default settings, it's not going to affect your recording at all, and head on over to the output tab. So from here, make sure you select the recording. You don't want to be on the streaming or else it's not going to change anything. And once you're on recording, make sure to change output mode to advanced instead of simple. So for type, you can just leave standard. For recording path, this is essentially just going to be where all your new files are going to go when you're recording. So if you just want to set it, create a new folder, all you need to do is right click, go to new, and then go to folder, and just name it anything you want. I'm just going to name it ASDD, and then all you need to do is select the browse button, go to desktop, and you want to find that new folder, and then you just press select folder. So all of your new recordings will be in that new folder, which is very useful. So as far as recording format goes, I personally find MP4 to be the best. I've never had any corruption issues, and I find that pretty much every program editing software is compatible with MP4. So I personally just like to use MP4, haven't really messed around with the other ones. As far as the audio track goes, just leave that one checked. And the encoder is really going to depend. If you have a graphics card, you'll have an option along the lines of NVIDIA or something like that. And I'd recommend you do use your graphics card if you have one. In my case, I don't have a graphics card on this computer, so I use X264, which is your CPU or your computer processor. As far as the rescale output goes, you want to leave that unchecked. We're going to be messing around with our resolution in the video tab, and you can just leave that blank. For the rate control, make sure this isn't on variable bitrate. Leave this on CBR, which is constant bitrate. This just means there's going to be no fluctuations in your video quality during your recording, so make sure to leave that CBR. As far as bitrate goes, this is really going to depend on the quality you're going for and the resolution you're going for. Since we're going for 1080p HD, according to the YouTube actual website, we want to be using 12,000 to 15,000 kilobits per second, which is equivalent to 12 to 15 megabits per second. As far as keyframe interval goes, make sure to leave this on 2. Both YouTube and Twitch require you to have it on 2, so if you change it, it's not going to work out for you. And as far as the CP usage preset, I definitely recommend leaving this on fast or very fast. If you go too low, it's going to be very slow on your computer. Your computer is going to run very slow. And if you go too high, your quality is just not going to be very good. It's going to look very, sort of just not good. So as far as the profile goes, this will be on baseline when you first get it. Make sure to change this to high. Again, it's going to be your computer prioritizing this recording, so make sure to leave that as is. We're done in this tab, so let's next head over to our audio tab. From here, guys, this is all going to be on default, and you want to make sure that your desktop audio as well as your microphone audio is set to these devices, because the last thing you want to do after you're done recording is realize that your USB camera has been recording it instead of your actual microphone that you're using for your audio. So you want to go to desktop audio, and since I run my audio for my games and stuff like that through my actual monitor, I'm going to select LG Full HD. Again, this is going to depend on your device. And for my microphone, I am using the microphone Yeti stereo microphone. See the USB camera ones right there. If I didn't change it, maybe it would have used that for my recording. And all this stuff, guys, just personal preference. You can just leave all that. And next, we're going to head on over to the video tab. So the base canvas resolution is essentially just what you're playing on. So I'm playing on a 1080p HD monitor, which is already 1920 by 1080, but you may be playing on something smaller, and you also may be playing on something that is a little bit bigger, like 4K for the resolution. But just make sure to double check that it's the right one that you're playing with on your screen. As far as the output scaled resolution goes, this is going to be what actually outputs as a recording. So let's say you wanted to record in 720p HD. All you need to do is go to 1280 by 720. And if you wanted to record in 1920, which is what we want, we'll just leave that as is. And if you wanted to record in 4K, you'd have even higher resolutions that you could select for your recording. So as far as downscale filtering goes, this will be on bilinear. I honestly haven't found too big of a difference from a bunch of different recordings, the difference when you change these, but I see a lot of people recommending the Landscoast sharper scaling. Whether or not it makes a big difference, I'm not too sure, but I'd recommend you just use that for now. And as far as common FPS values go, this is really going to depend on what you're recording. So for example, for this tutorial, I'm recording in 30 frames per second because you don't really need more than that, and it's going to be a really big file. But for games such as like Call of Duty, Fortnite, all these games that run on high FPS, make sure to change this to 60 so your gameplay is super smooth, because if you don't, if you keep it at 30 or even 24, it's going to look very choppy, and you don't want that. As far as hotkeys go, again, personal preference. And for the advanced tab, for general process priority, this will be on normal. I like to personally change it up a little bit. I wouldn't go too high though, or else your CPU is going to get overworked and you're going to have choppy recording. So I just like to change the process priority to above normal. As far as the color space goes, this will be on sRGB. I changed this to 709, and for the color range, we want to change this from partial to full. And that's it as far as those settings go. So once you've done all of that, guys, all you need to do is select apply in the bottom right corner and then press OK. So these are my best OBS recording settings. If you guys have any comments or questions, make sure to leave them down below.